All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are going to react to a video from LJP Hoops, and it's called It Happened Again. I saw the thumbnail, and I think I know what it's going to cover. Because Luka literally did to Minnesota what he did to my Suns. So I think we're going to be covering that. If you want to watch the video without me, I'm going to link the video down below in the description so you can watch it without commentary. If you want to watch it with me, hit that like button and let's go for it. Here we go. And it was to destroy my Phoenix Suns and embarrass the hell out of us. Looks like Devin Booker has a new brother named Ant.
Ripped the hearts out of an entire franchise, quite like Luka Doncic did to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
God damn. Yeah, he torched these guys. 8 for 10, 4 for 5 threes, 20 points. First freaking quarter.
Well, yes, we have seen it before. Of course we have. Because it's not the first time he's done it. I mean, are any of us really even surprised? This man has an unhealthy obsession with taking people's lunch money in their own building. Which got me thinking, is Luka Doncic the best road playoff performer of all time? What do the numbers say? Where does he rank among some of the greatest playoff performers we've ever seen? Because for the last month, we have been talking about how Anthony Edwards is the next coming of Michael Jordan. Well, all this time, I think we might have been looking.
He's doing the same thing. He did this to Booker, man. It was evil, but he did it to Booker. He just stares right into his face. Just staring with a big old grin.
In the wrong place.
This guy's savage. Like, Luka is sick in the head.
I've got a question for you. When Luka put Rooney in a blender in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, with less than 5 seconds remaining, I would genuinely like to know, at this moment in time, was there anyone on the face of the planet who actually thought Luka was going to miss this shot?
No, I jumped out of my seat, and I knew what was coming.
I mean, Jaden McDaniels knew it was money. Everyone in the arena knew it, and so did everyone watching on TV. Hell, Draymond Green certainly knew that was cash. Which got me thinking, there's not too many players we could say that about. Certainly not in today's game. The bigger the stage, the better this man plays. Not sometimes, but literally every single time.
Yeah, he's got that gene. He's got the clutch gene and also pressure. The more pressure is on him, the better he plays. It's very rare. It's you know, the first guy I ever saw do it was Larry Bird. It's the Larry Bird gene, and you had Jordan, you had Kobe, and you had a lot of guys, but it's very, very rare.
I mean, for crying out loud, the man dropped 42 points in his playoff debut, hit a buzzer beater 5 days later, and his worst playoff performance was a 13-point triple-double. So it's absolutely no wonder that when this shot left his hands, we all knew it was going in. Luka Doncic is a playoff demon. It's literally all we've ever known. So now that he has amassed over 45 playoff games, let's have a look at some numbers. How does he stack up against some of the greatest playoff performers we've ever seen? Well, among all-time playoff leaders in points per...
All right, I'm going to predict he's going to be only below Michael Jordan in playoffs performances when it comes to points. I bet only Michael Jordan has him beat.
...a game. You'll find some of the greatest players to ever step foot on a basketball court. From Will Chamberlain and James...
Wilt at 40. Didn't expect that. Bob Love, Charles Barkley at 35. Kyrie, what's up, buddy? Melo, a little lower than I expected. Russ, a little higher than I expected.
To Larry Bird, to Shaq, Kareem, and Kobe.
Jamal Murray is up there at 27.
In NBA history have averaged more than 30 points a game for their entire career.
Yeah, it's got to be Michael Jordan. Kobe's at 16, 25 PPG.
Can you guess who they are?
AD, look at AD up there. Where's LeBron? Oh, number 6. Okay.
Those players are Luka Doncic.
Hey, Devin Booker, what's up? Joker, Jesus. I combined his actual name with his nickname. Jokic.
Doncic and Michael
Damn, look at
Jordan.
Jerry West. Yep, there it is, though. There it is. Okay. There it is. MJ. Damn, MJ, 33.4. Fuck. Man, you are not a phony goat. You are the real deal. Look at Luka, though, man. Look at Luka. Now if he can just keep this going his entire career, he'll be right there. AI, shout out.
With that said, it would be slightly unfair to compare Luka to all-time greats like Kevin Durant and LeBron James, purely off of career averages, as they have produced a much larger sample size, have played many more games, and some have won championships. Perhaps a better way to look at this would be to see how those players stacked up against Luka when they were his age.
Oh, good call.
The following is a list of the best playoff scorers from when they were drafted up until age 25. While many names remain the same, some welcome additions consist of Paul Pierce, Dwayne Wade, Vince Carter, and a surprising Gilbert Arenas.
D-Wade at 25. I see Derrick Rose at 25 as well. Okay. Hakeem, 26.7.
appearance. Yet, through all these players, once again, Michael Jordan and Luka Doncic top the list.
T-Mac. A lot of people think I overrate prime T-Mac. No, I don't. The guy was a monster. There it is, though. Yeah, I knew it was going to be even worse because, yeah, MJ was all scoring at the beginning of his career. So up till 25, he was just trying to score fucking 50 a game if he could, and sometimes he did. There's Luka,
but
though.
don't worry, I'm just getting started. Because in Game 5, we witnessed Luka Doncic drop 20 points in the first quarter. I mean, just look at some of these shots.
From the logo.
My man is absolutely toying with the NBA's...
Did you guys see that? Like, look where he's pulling up.
I mean...
Look at that. Talk about a heat check.
Just look at some of these shots. My man is absolutely toying with the NBA's best defensive team. But the crazy part is, we should have seen this coming. Because among all-time playoff leaders in points per game in the first quarter of closeout games, Luka Doncic is number 1. And it's not even close. But forget the first quarter. This chart represents closeout games as a whole, with points on the y-axis and assists on the x-axis.
Okay.
It showcases some of the greatest offensive playoff closers we have ever seen. Down the bottom, you find players like Dirk, Shaq, Jason Tatum, and Kobe Bryant, who have all averaged over 24 points per game. As we move to the right, you'll notice some playmakers, Larry Bird, LeBron, and Nikola Jokic, who don't just stand out on the scoreboard, but consistently bring their teammates into the game. And as we ascend even further, this is where you'll find, statistically, the best playoff closers we have ever seen. Kevin Durant, Allen Iverson, Donovan Mitchell, and of course, the greatest playoff closer...
Donovan Mitchell. Didn't see that one coming.
...of all time, Michael Jordan. But in terms of points and assists, nobody comes close to Luka Doncic.
Oh, shit.
Who damn near averages a
because he's doing it, averaging pretty much a triple-double. Holy cow.
Triple-double in closeout games. Now, for all these stats I've just reeled off, this last one is perhaps the best one yet. Because what the greatest playoff performers have always had in their arsenal is the ability to go into a hostile environment on the road and silence an opposing crowd. We've seen Steph do it. We've seen LeBron do it. We've seen Michael and Kobe do it. It is, without a doubt, a hallmark of greatness. Now, throughout this series, and throughout his career as a whole, Luka Doncic has absolutely thrived in these situations. In fact, he hasn't just thrived. It's almost as though he excels. Like, he gets even better on the road.
Yeah, he does. He does. I don't know if... I've watched a ton of games this year. Dallas games this year. Dude, Luka does play better on the road because he's actually having a competition and a war against the fans the entire game. And he gets off on that shit. So, I mean, you saw it here in this game. He'll hit a shot, and then he'll look at the crowd, and he's yelling at the crowd, taunting them. And then they taunt him back. It's like some Reggie Miller, Madison Square Garden crap, but like every day he's doing it.
He's p***ing him off. That's when he's at his absolute best.
Yeah.
This graph here showcases the best road playoff performers in NBA history and highlights some players who aren't just good on the road, but actually get better on the road. The x-axis represents points per game, and the y-axis represents a player's net points above or below what they normally average at home. As you can see, the majority of players find themselves in the bottom left quadrant. Players like Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, AD, and Giannis, to name a few, being extremely good road playoff players, but just not as good as when they've got a home crowd behind them. In the top left quadrant are a few players like James Harden and Kobe Bryant, who don't just excel on the road, but actually get better on the road. However, purely in terms of points scored per game, Stephen Curry, Nikola Jokic, Jerry West, and Kevin Durant top the list. And of course the greatest road playoff player of all time. Once again, Michael Jordan.
Jordan said he used to get an extra surge of energy on the road. What was it? What was it that he said? Oh, no, he said because in Chicago, you got the season ticket holders, so people have seen him play a lot of times. And when he was on the road, he had it in his head that there's a good possibility there's a kid out there that this is their first and only time they're ever going to watch him play. So he wanted to go out and just show them like what he's capable of. It's cool. That's why they didn't load manage back then too. Guys like him, that was a sin to think that somebody would like save their hard-earned money, take their son to go watch a Bulls game or whatever. And, you want to see the greatest of all time, and then he doesn't suit up just because he doesn't feel like it. Like, you don't do that. You don't do that to people.
So who's in the top right quadrant?
Son of a bitch. Yeah, man.
Well, why don't you have a guess? Because there is only one player.
Yeah.
In the history of basketball, in the history of humankind.
He's going to be in the far top right, huh?
In the top right quadrant.
Yeah.
And his name is Luka.
Plus
Doncic.
3.5.
And he's the best road playoff player of all time. A basketball psychopath who enjoys nothing more than seeing an opposing fan base in literal tears. Now, for all these statistical accomplishments that strike similarities between Luka and MJ, it also goes beyond anything we can measure. You see, when we think of Michael Jordan, we talk about competitive fire, the unquantifiable will to win. The notion that one thrives off any ounce of doubt or disrespect. If you trash talk Michael Jordan, you were getting sent home. There was no if, buts, or maybes.
Yep.
It was a matter of when. Well, Luka Doncic might not be able to jump as high as Michael Jordan. I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I've actually seen him dunk. But if you talk to Luka Doncic, it doesn't matter if it's at home, if it's on the road, or if it's in a Game 7. You're getting sent home. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And until next time, peace out.
This was a great video. That was awesome. I am subscribed. Definitely liking that video. Yeah, I'm liking his channel, LJP Hoops. Looks like a pretty young channel as well. Highly suggest you check them out. Maybe throw them a subscribe. Yeah, this was about... Actually, this is not what I expected. I expected him to just talk about that shutout game in the conference finals and compare it to what they did to the Suns to get to the conference finals. But yeah, I've been saying it all year, and I'm sticking to it. If Luka Doncic had Michael Jordan's athleticism, it's game over for the entire world. It's game over. Because he's pulling this off without any of that freak of nature athleticism that Michael Jordan had. So it's shocking me. The only question is going to be, can he win some rings? He's got his first real opportunity coming here real soon. So we'll see if he can win some rings. And then 2, can he sustain? And then not only that, Luka's got to deal with the inflated stat league that we're in today. So he can't just beat Michael Jordan's numbers. He has to crush him. He has to beat him +5, like +5 points in order to really stamp it down. So dudes like me won't be like, yeah, well, they score 120 now and they used to score 90. So, it's not the same thing. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see the future. LeBron's going to retire soon. That's going to be awesome. And then we can just appreciate these other players that are actually showing some greatness. Got my eye on Joker. Been enjoying watching him. Luka is fantastic to watch. Ant's fun to watch. I'm excited to see what he becomes. And Wemby, can't forget about Wemby. Wemby is really exciting to watch right now. Anyways, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the finals coming up. And yeah, leave the video a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more content. I'll see you tomorrow morning for another video, okay? All right. Peace out. Be safe. And have a good night.